Hey there, my name's Bags, and in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you a trick that I call the Hugulator 3000, which looks like this. This move is similar to a poi spinning move called a hug or a crosser, which looks like this when done with doubles hoop. I particularly enjoy doing this move, however it's quite difficult to learn. So, I teach the Hugulator 3000 as an easy step towards learning the full hug. The primary difference between the two is that with a hug, you cross your arms and do loose grip figure eights on either side of your body. Whereas with a Hugulator 3000, you use solid grips and move in a controlled manner between four positions: bottom, left, top, right, and then back to bottom again. In this manner you create a giant circle while weaving your arms in front and behind your body. To learn this move, we're going to start with our hoops in this position, with our arms crossed and our thumbs pointing upwards. This isn't actually a position that we use in the Hugulator 3000, but it's a good place to start so we can learn the other positions. Now it's important that my hand stays in the centre of the hoop, so there's an equal amount below the hoop and above, as opposed to letting them sag down or twist up like this. So keep your hands nice and loose and centred in the hoops. So the first position we're going to do is we're going to tip our thumbs away from us and tip the hoops forwards. To get to this position we should refer to as bottom. Now the next position simply involves swivelling our hips while keeping facing the same direction. So I'm going to swivel my hips round, bring the hoops behind me, but keep my body facing forwards. So I'm trying to keep the hoops flat against the wall behind me, much like they were flat against the wall in front of me when we were down here. So this position is left. Notice my wrists are still crossed and my thumb is still pointing upwards. Now obviously the opposite of that would be right, which is over the other side. We're just going to twist our hips the other side like this, keeping our wrists crossed, thumbs pointing upwards, and now they're flat against the wall behind us. The next position is called top, and to get to this position we're just going to lift our arms up and twist our wrists so our thumbs are pointing towards us and then down, like this. Now to get to this position we're not going to lift our arms back over our heads like this, we simply twist the wrist in front of us so our wrists are rolling over each other like this. So we don't need to lift our arms right back like this, we can just come whoosh like that. So when we do it with both of them, we keep the hoops in front of our elbows like this. So I'm not bringing them behind, just keeping them in front of my elbows, just by letting my wrists rotate over each other. So that's the four positions: bottom, left, top, and right. Now we're going to try moving between them. So first of all, let's start in bottom. And then I'm going to lift my hoop that's furthest to the left up and come into left, like this. Then to get into the top, I'm going to again lift the hoop that's furthest to the left, I'm going to lift it up and end up with my thumbs pointing downwards, like this. Then I'm going to take the hoop that's closest to the right and come down to right, like this. And then again take the hoop that's furthest to the right and follow it down to bottom, like this. So I'll show you that move quickly at full speed. Bottom, left, top, right, bottom. Left, top, right, bottom. Now let's see what it looks like from behind. Now if you're struggling with this movement, another way of learning it is to actually hold the hoops together the whole time. So I'm going to overlap them slightly, and I'm going to put one hand thumbs up at the top of the intersection, and the other hand thumbs up at the bottom of the intersection like this. So now the hoops are fixed together, but we can still do the same movement. So first of all I'm going to tip the hoops forwards and to bottom, like this, and then I'm going to follow the hoop furthest to the left up, this left position, then follow again the hoop furthest to the left up to get to the top position, and with them held together like this it's easier to go behind my head. It's harder to get them to go in front of me. That's okay, it does work behind the head, like this. And then the next position, we're going to follow the right hoop down into right, and then follow again the furthest right hoop down into bottom. So as you can see when we're doing this, we're keeping the hoops flat against an imaginary wall. Like this. Now obviously, because we're doing this with the hoops held together, you could do it with just one hand, but that involves quite a lot of grip strength. So now we're going to try the move again with the hoops in separate hands, like this. So first of all, we're going to tip down to bottom, and then we're going to come up to left, following the hoop that's closest to the left, and again imagining these hoops are connected now. So they come up to the left, keeping it parallel to the wall behind me. Now I'm going to take the hoop that's furthest to the left again, and again I'm trying to imagine these hoops are connected, so I come up, keeping it parallel to the wall behind me, take the hoop furthest to the right, and bring it down, again imagining they're connected the whole time. And then the last bit, which many people find most difficult, keep the hoops connected together and follow the hoop that's furthest to the right down while following the other hoop behind it, like this, to get to here. So once again I'll show you at full speed. Now the beauty of this move is because we're using these solid grips, you can do it as slowly as you like to learn it. You can really break it down into these 4 positions, but when you get good at it, you can make it much faster. If you're struggling with this move, you might find it useful to try my butterflop tutorial, which can also be found on my YouTube channel. It involves similar positions and might help you get your head around the Hugulator 3000. So I'm not going to go into detail about how to learn the hug from this move, but just to cover the idea quickly, the main difference is, instead of doing this solid grip movement, like this, you're just loosening your grip and making it more of a figure 8 on either side of your body. So can you see the difference between these two? This is the hug, where I've loosened my grip and I'm doing a cross-arm figure 8 on either side of my body, and the Hugulator 3000, where I do solid grips and I move my body much more to come round like this. So then again, to try and go back into a hug, loosen my grip and make the movement a bit smaller and bring it down so the whole thing's happening under the level of my shoulders. Like that. Here are a few of my favourite variations on both the Hugulator 3000 and regular hugs. hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you've got any questions, please just leave a comment under the video and I'll try and get back to you. Cheers.